When a thug gets power, he will always invite his fellow thugs to the table. And any kind of thugs is always in contact with other kinds of thugs. One criminal will always work in lieu with other criminals. Why these words? President William Samoei Arap Ruto is a man of questionable character. We have seen him accused of being a land grabber, corrupt, and a thief of both public and private resources. When William Samoei Ruto was sworn in as the President of the Republic of Kenya, threw again an illegitimate accusation of rigging we saw the kind of people he invited to State House. Some men who we as Kenyans have heard rumors or stories, and there's a saying that says that lisemwalo lipo na kama halipo laja. Men we have had being involved in wash businesses, criminals and all that. We saw them invited in the state luncheon after the swearing-in ceremony. And I was very, 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 very worried because this I could see from afar. But today, at least I am talking when people can already see the kind of issues that are coming up. Immediately the government took office and Kithure Kindiki was given the post of Interior CS, and the government had set up itself in place. The first thing they did was open the Somalia-Kenya border. They also stopped the war and the Kenyan soldiers and all that. That became a closed chapter. Today, the attacks increased in the coastal region. The question is, what made this? This I call it hasty because in a period of less than 8 months, you have already opened up a border. They had even established a passport center in one of those areas where I don't want to mention by name, but I know any Kenyan who wants to find out where that place is can actually get it. They had that center, and when you talk about that area, you have to be very, very, very careful because it has a lot of associations with the Al-Shabaabs who come from Somalia posing as Somalis. So the question is, what was the hasty thing about this thing? What an emergency was it that they had to rush to open the border, the Kenya-Somalia border, to demilitarize the government's position against the Somali Al-Shabaab issue, and to the point they rushed to create a passport center in the same particular region. So today, the government now started, we saw the government start talking about going slow on the process of opening up the Kenya-Somalia border. The question is it that the government doesn't have sane people brains that could see this issue coming up. That if we did that hurriedly, Kenya, Somalia had not healed enough from the the Al-Shabaab issue, and that we would quickly relapse back to the same attacks. Of course, I know those people knew, but the agenda must agenda. The issue must be handled, because what they want, when a thief opens a door, he leaves it open so that other thieves can access the same door. So William Samoei Ruto is a criminal who got into power through criminal deals. And he invites other criminals to the table. And the question is, some people may attack me for saying this, but the truth of the matter is, that was inviting criminals from Somalia into Kenya. And this was giving international criminals legal documentation to access other areas. For example, there's no international body in that region that they could say Kenyans really needed that because they want to travel to, let's say, the Middle East or wherever. But the government was in such a rush. Why? The second thing that happened is we have seen cases in court, criminal cases in court, hurriedly being wrapped up. Cases about Aisha Jumwa and her cohorts, we saw them so quickly wrapped up. The DPP or the director of public prosecution saying, these were wrapped up. And you ask yourself, you're the same man who took those cases and prosecuted them. So why now are you coming to tell us that they were wrapped up? Who is wrapped up between those cases and you? And for further proof, Nurdin Haji was given a more lucrative position in the government. Who is fooling who? Are Kenyans fools? Or rather, you who is watching this video, are you a fool to believe that this is just a legitimate game, a legitimate deal? Nobody is stupid. I don't think anybody is. We have brains, we can see the game. And from there, what we have seen is the other issue where the president goes out there in the international space, gives very nice speeches, emotional. They make people elated. But we come back to on the ground and he is doing a mess. And the issue I'm talking about, the logging issue. Lumbering was stopped in the Republic of Kenya because of the evil that was being meted out in our forests by unscrupulous goons, unscrupulous businessmen, thieves, and vandalizers who are cutting down trees and burning charcoal. And that is why the lumbering law was put in place. But William Samoei doesn't care about the forest as he goes out there to tell the world, the climate, the trees, the forests. We will plant 2 million trees in the next 1 hour. We are going to do all this. He doesn't care about all that crap. Because on the ground, he is not doing that. We have not seen him planting any 1 million trees at any one time since he took presidency. But we have seen him changing a law to allow lumbering to come back. You know how many people were cutting down trees? You know how many today, I have seen pictures of lorries with thousands of logs of timber. What is going to happen to the climate? What is going to happen to the forests? And he is even inviting more scam, people of questionable character in the government. I mean, a person like Cleophas Malala is a criminal. I cannot deny the fact that today William Samoei Ruto is the holder of the office of the president. But the question is, why is the crime rate getting higher and higher in the country? Leave alone the economic aspects of it, leave alone the unemployment. But we are seeing high end. What I'm focusing on is the high end crime. We are not talking about thieves who are stealing chicken. People who are stealing 100 shillings to go and buy karofo huko and sijui chrome sijui chupa ngapi. We're talking about people who are stealing things, wars. Yeah, the criminals in West Pokot, the Al-Shabaab, Shakahola. We have never seen something like that. We have never seen it. Why are we seeing it right now? Why is it that the government is coming out to try and protect, things like the Shakahola issue? We saw the government trying to keep the media at bay from Shakahola. Why would the government do such a thing if it never had a deal in the issue? But I want to tell the people of the Republic of Kenya this. Watch it, but it's going to get worse. And I am not warning anybody. For God's sake, I'm actually nobody. But people must understand that we are in a time of crisis. And the man at the helm is a criminal and a thief, corruption personified. And the supporters will be out here telling me, I don't want to hear all those stories. The truth of the matter is that he is, and it's not, whether you like him or you hate him, he is. That is what he is. So if he is a thief, accept that he is a thief. And then tell us, yes, I like my president and he is a thief and I like him. Now, from there, we can have a conversation. But yesterday, he made a move that is going to shock many people. And this is what actually made me think about making this video. He invited the president, Ibrahim Raisi, into the republic and purportedly made a deal with him. Oh, how flowery it seems, the economy, Iranian investors coming into Kenya and all that taradiddling, it's pretty much just taradiddling. How many investors are coming to Kenya today while others are actually leaving? Let's not be thick in the head to think that is going to benefit anybody. Yeah? We are seeing business people who have invested in this country leaving this country, and then you want to tell me that Iranians are going to be stupid enough to come here and establish their businesses legitimate? We are not thick, and we understand that even if many of those people, any one of them is coming to establish a business here, they are just coming to establish a proxy, a lie, a business that they will say, this is the kind of business we have actually put in front, and everybody will be seeing that front part, and it will be publicized. But behind the scenes, drugs, all kinds of cybercrime, all kinds of thievery, all kinds of crime will be running. And the question is, a country like Iran that has been secluded by so many other countries, why will Kenya invite it to the equation? I mean, if you cared about inviting serious investors into the country, that is a country you would like to go slow about your relations. You wouldn't want to be so open, because in Kikuyu there's something we say that, uh, or rather, let me just do the English one that says that show me four of your friends, or rather five, or even six, and I will show you that, and I will show that you are your character, and I will tell you your character. So he is inviting people that have been sanctioned by other countries, and this is only to tell us that the next time it is Kenya that is going to get sanctioned. And you know what this means for businesses in Kenya, especially the international players. We are not talking about mama mbogas here and watu wa bodaboda, hao wako na shida zao kivyao. We are suffering on our own. I'm talking about these big businesses that earn us millions, international businesses. What is going to happen to them? Some of them, I have seen companies closing business, and it is not one or two, so that people can say I'm just Taradidli. And speaking nonsense here. How many businesses have you seen closed? How many hotels? How many manufacturing plants have been closed? And your president is very busy lying to you. Oh, we are going to make sure that we are. A thief in power. Hard times, Kenyans. And that is why up to date, Kenyans are dying in the streets. People are demonstrating, and the government has taken a very hardliner position that you demonstrate, we are going to kill you. We are going to fuck you up. We are going to mess with you. And to prove the point, how many people died yesterday in Maandamano? Was any one of them killed by the demonstrators? They were all killed by the police. They were all injured fatally by the police. They were shot with live bullets by the police. And this is the same government that is telling us about, oh, we care about Mwananchi, we care about the hustlers, we want to make life better for who? You are not even listening to those that you wish to make life better for. So you are lying to us. Say whatever you can. Everybody is allowed to have their opinion, and this is mine. You can have yours. But the truth of the matter is, my opinion, your opinion, or anybody's opinion as at that matter will not change the truth. It is time Kenyans woke up to the reality. It is time to stop dreaming. It is time to face the fact that we are no longer in Alice in Wonderland. We are no longer in dreamland. We are in reality. And too bad, in reality, we are messed up. It is time to either burn the country up and rebuild again, or time to sit back and rethink our positions. We may think Raila is just doing things out of his selfish interest. But ask yourselves, those young men out there willing to die, risking their very lives, hearing people being shot, whose interests is it that they are standing up for? Because yes, we can say, oh, Raila is calling people for Maandamano because he wants power and all that crap that has been said. But ask yourself, those mama mbogas who are coming out, yesterday we even saw some of them in aprons. We saw people wana bodaboda wameamua kuwaste mafuta yao ameweka bodaboda yake kwa maandamano, ask yourself, why is such person going to such a length of, anaenda ananunua mafuta ya 200 anaweka kwa nduthi yake, alafu that nduthi joins a host of other nduthis to demonstrate. Ask yourself why a young man decides not to watch the maandamano in their house, knowing that those streets that they are going to are not safe, and they decide to go there and risk their lives, risk breaking their hands, risk breaking their legs, risk losing their lives. It's time we wake up. It's time we face the reality. Shit is messed up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like the content, invite a friend. Tell me about it. This is Mkenya TV, and this, for your information, is a personal blog. It's my YouTube channel, and I share the kinds of issues that I have, things that I have observed, things I think about, and if you like them, don't forget to follow. Maybe you may get something wonderful. Goodbye.